night, everyone, and welcome to Cubs Hockey on Cable 12. I'm Jack Moore with Alvin Willer, Denise Craper, and we have a brand new, what do we call this guy? Soundman? Cameraman? Sounds good. Do I let him talk? He's got to introduce himself. I'm not doing it.
Cubs go to the attack right away, Jack.
There you go. Welcome, Andrew. What?
Cubs went to the attack right away.
We got it all on
camera. We're picking up right where we left off, Denise. We got to cover for him.
We'd all like to dedicate this whole season here on Cable 12 to our good friend Disco Drake, who we lost over the summer. We'll miss him, and the stats won't be the same. I think we might be a shot off and a goal behind. But
Disco, give us a sign and when we screw up.
That's
okay,
right. A brand new season, the 10th anniversary of the Great North Midget Hockey League. Cubs coming off a good year last year, hoping to do the same or better this year with some new faces in the lineup. And Rayside, from what we hear from around the league, Al, they're supposed to be much improved from last year as well. So should be a good game here tonight. Joel for the Cubs dumps it into the Rayside zone, takes a hit, and Rayside will wind it up, and out they come. That pass intercepted. Sean Denemy on the ice now with Craig Brown, one of the newcomers, and Marty Loach. Major behind the net for the Cubs. Greg Major out to center. Dumps it in, rubbed out along the boards. Asselin, the goaltender for Rayside, playing it. Comes back to the point.
Cote.
Chipped in by Julian Cote, who played last season with the Kirkland Lake Legion 87s, and I believe he's an Earlton boy, is he not?
That's right, yes.
Major taking his man out along the boards. Cote plays it back to the line, not out, kept in. There's a shot by Pelche that goes wide. Karam's off the boards, out to center, taken there by Sean Witten. Witten has it again inside the line. Cote plays it back out to the Cubs. Down the ice it goes. And icing is the call. 18-14 to go in period one. No score. And Cubs throwing it in and doing some hitting and forechecking. But Rayside showing their speed, getting it out. Feeling each other out, I guess, in the early going. Has Rayside played a game yet, by the way?
I think they played last week, and I think they won, Jack.
This is the first game for the Cubs, of course.
18-14, you remember that song? Jack?
Yeah, it took a little trip.
There you go.
You have that in your
Who's the singer, Denise?
I don't know, but I like the song.
Johnny Horton.
That's right. Timmy's brother. Here comes Sean Smith. Familiar name from last year. Long shot. Asselin plays it off the stick into the corner. Shane Young. Here's Ford going in. And he was dumped, and we've got a penalty coming up here to the Cubs. Scott Poirier making the call.
I'm sure Rayside will be calling for a penalty shot on that play. It was
possibility, but they're not going to get it.
Almost in the clear, but
Chad Marshall, by the way, starting in goal tonight for the Cubs.
And the Cubs send out Jason Forget along with Tim Safiris, a second-year Bantam player, to kill off this penalty, and they'll have Luke Joyal and Claude Rivard on defense.
Rayside with the man advantage here in the early going of period one. Stolen away there by Safiris, shot down the ice. Safiris up there forechecking. Rayside having a little bit of trouble getting organized here as they try to come out. Shane Young gets it up. Ford in over the line, plays it in on goal. Marshall. Rivard trying to freeze it, and he'll succeed with 1:24 left in the Cub penalty. No score in the game. We're early here in the first period. And we'll get some changes here all around.
I see we're going to have to contend with this kid and his music again this year. All right, we're going to have another talk with him.
Yeah. Well, we don't mind the music, but we can't talk over it. That's the problem. Cubs win the draw. Good job there by Safiris. Gets it out, and it's up into the Cub bench. Talking about some of the new faces, Al, we mentioned Timothy Safiris, Greg Brown, Sean Scott, Marty Loach, Dave Brown, Andrew Welsh, Julian Code. So a good mix.
Good mix there, yes. Some young fellas and a couple of guys that in there last year had midget eligibility, but the Cubs looking for them to they showed their mettle in the training camp and exhibition games. So
another penalty coming up here behind the play, interference. Looks like it's going to Rayside, so that'll nullify that man advantage they had.
I didn't actually see that one, but I hope we don't get into what we had last year, 38 penalties per game.
Yeah.
Keep the average for the league up. Oh my God, some of our games were pretty long.
Those 3.5-hour marathons.
That's great.
Denise ran out of tape, had to go home.
So,
sorry.
Even strength out there now. The Cubs with 109 left in their penalty, 17:04 left in the first.
From the draw, it's taken in behind the net by Sean Whitten up along the boards to Jason Johnson. Good forechecking it now. Major stealing. Major tripped as he tried to go by the defenseman. He would have had a clear-cut break. Dolce for Rayside. The enemy dumping his man at center, Jamie Marshall. Cote taken to the boards. Big Andy Burnham in there throwing his weight around. Another newcomer to the Cubs. There's Denemy now. Denemy with Burnham. Over the line, and that's offside as they touch the puck. In 29 seconds, the Cubs will have the man advantage. Nice to see these kids that you've watched in Pee Wee and Batum come up and make the Cubs. And like a kid like Andy Burnham.
That's the thing of the Cub team this year, not one import. Every kid's a local player, and we're still got a good, strong club, we think. A real good bunch of forwards, really steady, and with Major coming back from junior camp this last week,
that really
helped out on the defense.
Just from talking to a lot of the people that watched a lot of the Cub training camp and all the exhibition games, they seem to feel this team might be a little bit better than last year's team overall. I don't know. I guess time will tell that.
That's right, yeah. That last year's team was a good, solid club too. You can't take anyone away from them.
Kept in at the Cub line, trying to get it out in front. There was Clark Duncanson, but the Cubs have it now. Marty Loach dumps it in. He's out there with Krieger and Craig Brown. Brown behind the net. Here's Krieger out in front of Brown. Oh, right through the crease it goes. Marty Loach along the boards, gets it back to the point. Andrew Welsh lets it go. Krieger looking in front. Back into Loach. Loach back to Welsh. There comes a shot through a screen. Oh, it's in the crease. They score! Jeff Krieger.
Krieger from Loach and Welsh. Welsh has a real quick shot. The Cubs are going to find out that'll be handy this year, especially on their power plays like that. He's got a better than average shot, but the big advantage is he gets it away really quick. That was the fourth shot on goal for the Cubs, Chet.
I guess that's
Rayside haven't had one yet.
Officially a power play goal?
Oh yes, definitely. Still 15 seconds left in the penalty.
So the Cubs are on top, 1-0. Unofficially, it was Krieger from Loach and Welsh. We'll wait for the PA announcer to verify.
They haven't been wrong yet this year,
No,
Jack.
I don't think so, no. Not that I can remember. Denise, don't shake your head at us. We'll quit, you know. We'll get the union in here. Oh, you are the union, sorry.
Don't even mention that word.
Rivard gets it up. Carter couldn't knock it down. Gordon in behind the net. Lays it up on the wing to Ford. Shane Young can't get by his man. And back comes Sean Scott. Sean Scott into the slot. Moves in, shoots. Oh, the same rebound, they score! Good effort, and the Cubs are up 2-0.
Scott from James Smith, I believe. Or Sean Smith.
John Scott from Sean Smith.
Sean's going to be one of the power forwards for the Cubs this year. Something along the lines of an Alex Ducharme. Alex is maybe a little better skater. Had a couple of years on him too, and Sean Scott's going to do nothing but improve. He's very, very smart with the puck and away from the puck. He knows where to go.
Pierce and Burnham coming in over the line. And that was the first one.
First goal, we were right again.
So that second Cub goal unofficially, Sean Scott from Sean Smith, but again, we'll wait for the announcement. The first goal coming at 4:41 on the power play, and that was Krieger from Loach and Welsh. And as you mentioned, Al, the Cubs out shooting Rayside now. I think it's about 6-0.
Right on, that's what I got.
You're going to keep track of that, are you? You're a good man.
Two for two.
5:35, I think he said there.
Must have heard you.
Rayside now trying to get some offense going here. As Al mentioned, they don't have a shot on net yet in this hockey game. We've played almost 8 minutes here. Jason Frechette, that's icing as he just got across the line, I guess, when he played it.
The goalie did touch the puck there, Jack, but it looked like his stick was behind the line, so as soon as the puck crosses the line is when icing should be called, but I guess they're ruling that it didn't cross the line and that the linesman made an error.
A little bit of a mistake there, okay. Come to center ice. Nice to admit their mistake.
Yes.
Okay.
Enough said.
Marty Loach working his way in over the line. Checked. Denemy tried to keep it in. Here's number 7 for Rayside, Mike Young, and that's offside at the Cub line.
He was pushed offside there by Craig Young. Which of these, or Craig Brown, I should say, which of these Browns is the older?
Craig Brown.
You had a 50-50 chance?
No, I'll tell you why I know that, because I'm talking with Bo Denemy before the game. I asked him to tell me which players were in their last years, and he did.
Craig was one of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a long shot by Loach. It was a hot one. They score! Is that Denemy that touched
Denemy
that?
from Loach and Brown. 6:32.
Cubs off to a great start here. 3 goals in a little over a 2-minute span here in the first period gives them a 3-0 lead.
Rayside calling a timeout now. The coach wants to get them to regroup a little bit, down 3-0 with only 6 minutes and 32 seconds gone in the game. Maybe not such a bad time. He probably wants to have a little chat with his goalie. It hasn't been the goalie's fault, I don't think.
Not really. I just going to mention that Matthew Asselin that's in net for Rayside, he hasn't looked really shaky, but he does leave a lot of rebounds. He doesn't control the puck very well, and that's cost him. And Chad Marshall, well, he hasn't had a shot yet, I don't think, has he?
Not that I've seen. However, they don't mind going through the whole game with no shots.
No.
Or the whole year, or whatever.
That'll help in the goals against department. As I mentioned off the top of the show, this is the 10th anniversary of the Great North Midget Hockey League, and they put out a very nice book to commemorate the 10th anniversary. If you come to the Cub games, they'll hand one out to you free of charge. Some interesting reading. And I see that there's a nice ad in here for Tri-Town Sports. Al, I wonder who put that in there.
Must have been the wife. I'll have to check on that.
Oh, boy. Rayside now dumping it into the Cubs zone. Center. Marshall played it. And back come the Cubs. Jimmy Carter. And over the line.
Dave Brown.
Dave Brown. I was going to say Craig there for a second. It's going to take us a while here, folks. They got a lot of nerve, the coaching staff, picking two Browns for on the same team. Come on.
Well, the Browns drove all the way to Kirkland Lake last year. They don't mind it at all.
Oh, not at all. Puck out to center, taken there by Travis Gordon, number 6. That pass went astray, gets by everybody. Marshall will play it.
I'm not counting that, Jack.
No.
That wasn't a shot on goal.
Craig Brown dumps it in and heads to the bench. Cote playing it at center for the Cubs. To Major. Back to Cote. Back to Major. Pass up in the wing to Krieger. He's got Forget in the middle. Oh, and he just failed to get him the puck. Jason was breaking. Here's Major now. Dumps it in off the glass. Forget takes his man out. Krieger behind the net trying to center it. Cote pitching in, and he gets caught. But back there, Severus. Krieger working his way in, tied up, couldn't get to the net. Forget bats at it. Along the boards, Rayside gets it out to center, taken there by Cote. George pass, intercepted, and shot in. Pierce off the boards to the Rayside line. Grant Pelche shoots it in. Julian Cote can't play it. Major in there, running into his man, and here's Sean Denemy. Denemy in over the line. Drop pass, in front it goes. Oh, and Loach tried to grab her and they score! Sean Denemy.
From Loach and Brown.
Yeah, which one?
Which one? It'd be Dave.
7?
No, that's
It's
Craig.
Craig. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Craig.
Boy, this is going to be fun. Well, as long as they keep scoring, we don't mind it.
8 minutes and 47 seconds.
Cubs off to a great start here.
You said that Rayside had a better team this year?
I was told by a few people.
Rayside have just changed their goalie, Jack.
There you go.
Well, they've got 4 goals and 10 shots. But, like, he was down and out on that, and he didn't have a
Does
first.
Rayside still have a... No shot yet for
No
Rayside?
shots, no.
Okay. So Krieger, Sean Scott, and Denemy with 2 here in the first period. 4-0 Cubs with 11 minutes and 7 seconds to go. We have a penalty coming up here. That's going to go to Rayside. Just 1 power play goal of the 4 the Cubs have scored. And that was the first goal by Krieger.
Is that Marshall for Rayside, the same one that played for them last year, Jack?
Possibility. The names I recognize
You
here.
spent a lot of time in the penalty box if it's the same guy.
I recognize a couple of names here from last year, and Farino, number 5. Chris Farino was one of them. Who else was it last year?
Shane Young, wasn't he around? Shane Young?
Yeah, and I think that Marshall kid was here last year. Cubs on the power play, leading 4-0. Marty Loach bumps along the board. Denemy taking in hard into the corner. And that's shot up and over the glass. Good start for the Cubs here in the opening game of the regular season. They had a great preseason, 7-1. And I know coaching staffs don't like to put too much emphasis on the preseason, but they had to be impressed with some of the things they saw.
Oh yeah, they had a hard time with making their choices this year, I believe. A lot of kids came and played, and they worked hard. And
very
made
competitive
it tough on
camp.
the coaching staff.
It's a nice problem to have, but
Yeah.
Cubs with the man advantage here. Sean Scott comes back to the point. Joyelle lets it go. It's blocked. And coming away with it is Duncanson, number 8. There's a shot. Ooh, and he blasted that wide. Here comes Carter back the other way for the Cubs. In over the line. Carter looking in front. Loses the puck, gets it back again. Now he lost it for a second time. Has it again, throws it in behind the net. Trying to center it there was Dave Brown, and it's cleared out and down the ice. Claude Rivard to Dave Brown, up to Jason Frechette. He's knocked down. 45 seconds left in the Cub power play. Rayside short-handed and over the line, offside. We got a penalty coming up here, I think.
Too many men called against the Cubs.
The Cubs, okay, so that'll... In 39 seconds, Rayside will have the man advantage. 9:40, what does that say? Is that a 9, a 3? The lights burned out on that second? 9:43? Need a couple of bulbs replaced up there. The officials tonight, Scott Poirier is our referee with Freddie Rive and Ivan Joyal, the linesman.
So the Cubs go with Burnham and Frechette, with Cote and Major on the defense.
I guess you could say that's kind of the long and the short of it there, eh? Burnham and Frechette.
Think that's by design, Jack?
I'm not sure. Nice pass by Burnham to Jason. Frechette using that speed in over the line, cuts around behind the net, looking in front. Jason Frechette, very good with that puck. Tried to get it back to the point. Major pinched in and got caught, and here comes Rayside. Young. Mike Young with some good wheels, centered it in front, bouncing puck, cleared away, and...
High stick, I believe.
Penalty.
Oh,
here.
penalty coming.
Another penalty to the Cubs.
To the Cubs again, Frechette for interference, I believe.
So the Cubs running into some penalty trouble here, all of a sudden.
So they send out Sean Smith with Luke Joyal along with Sean Scott up front to kill off this penalty. The Rayside Balfour Canadians will be have a two-man advantage in 12 seconds.
Nice crowd here for the opening night of the regular season. We had good crowds all last year.
It was actually number 3, Major, who had the penalty, not Jason Frechette. Nice of Jason to go to serve the penalty,
Yeah,
but the referee said, no.
Trying to do his buddy a favor.
Not today. Good crowd here again tonight, Jack, to start off the season.
There's a shot from the point. Oh, that hit a skate, changed directions. Ryan Mayu keeps it in for Rayside. They're on the power play. 4 against 3 situation.
5 on 3 now, Jack.
Big number 66. Paul Bumsley. That's a heck of a name. There's a shot from the point right on. Marshall stopped it. Puck's loose. Trying to clear it with Sean Scott. He was hooked. They score! Mark Duncanson just turned to the face-off circle and ranked it up.
Through the legs of Chad Marshall. So
a two-man advantage. Power play goal with two-man advantage there, and the Rayside gets their first goal of the game with 8:41 to go here in period number 1. So the Cubs have a 4-1 lead.
So we got 8:41 left in period, 1:25 left in the Cub penalty. The Rayside a man advantage.
Yeah, Rayside will continue with the one-man here. John Smith gets it from the face-off, dumps it down the ice. In net now for Rayside is Craig Williamson. He replaced Matthew Asselin here in the first period after the 4th Cub goal. There's a long shot wide of the Cub goal off the stick of Shane Young. Rayside with the man advantage here. They already have 1 power play goal. Balloon back to Young in front of the net. Goes through the slot area. And Luke Joyal will pick it up. Clears it up to Denemy. And he'll just slide it in. Trying to kill time on that clock. Rayside setting up here on the power play. Tripped up by Joel. There's a backhand shot right on. Marshall stopped that. Krieger gets it, and down the ice it goes. Craig Brown jumping on the ice now with Marty Loach. And the penalty to the Cubs is now over, so they're back at even strength. Major out of the penalty box trying to line up his man. Just missed him. Loach takes his man out in the corner. Andrew Welsh. Here's Major now for the Cubs. Trying to get it out. Marty Loach has it at center. Plays it in on goal. Williamson clears it to the corner. Bourget picking up that loose puck. Bourget looking in front. Craig Brown was bodied off the puck. Welsh from the blue line lets it go, and that went wide. Rivard in the corner. Andy Burnham on the ice, gets it to Bourget. Back for Burnham. Long pass up on the wing to Zafiris. Burnham going to the net. Here's Bourget trailing the play, going in and goal. Oh, and he shot it wide. Bourget still with it in front. And he's taken off the puck, and out comes Rayside. Burnham on the far side. Oh, he ran into his man, and he went.
Good play by Zafiris on that pass to Bourget, Jack. Real nice move.
Burnham again up. Sean Scott.
I guess I watched more Bantam games than you last year.
That's right. Give me some time. Give me 3 or 4 months and I'll know these guys. How long's the season?
It's lots long enough. You'll be all right.
Okay.
5:37 left in the first period. Cubs lead 4-1 and have dominated the play, other than when Rayside had a 5-on-3 man advantage.
Krieger, Sean Scott, and 2 by Denemy, the goal scorers for the Cubs, and Duncanson for Rayside, and 10-3 shots on goal.
That's a fact.
In favor of the Cubs, and I guess it shows on the scoreboard. Rayside came on a bit when they had the 2-man advantage, but other than that, it's been mostly Cubs here in this first period. Ryan Mayu taking it behind his net. Well, he decides not to now. Comes back this way to the line. Major almost kept that in. Julian Cote plays it up along the boards. Mike Young for Rayside chops it into the Cubs zone. Carter into the corner. Behind the net, Timmy Carter. It's got Sean Scott with him. Carter plays it in front. Scott tried to tip it. He was tied up. Dave Brown. The Scott just dumps it off the boards in the corner. It's rifled around behind the net to the point. Major keeps it in. Long shot right on. Williamson stops that. And out it comes to center. John Denemy on the ice now, chasing the puck down in his own zone. Denemy up to Dave Brown. Over to Loach. Lets it go off the glove of Williamson. Off the glass. Comes to the line. Hits by Cote. Major's back. Picks up the loose puck. Clears it up on the wing. Chasing it down is Brown. That's Craig Brown. Sean Denemy. Jason Johnson, long pass up to number 16, Chad Malone. That's broke up. Loach, Denemy battling for it. Sean Denemy tripped up at center. Now Denemy has it again. That centering pass went by everybody to the far side. Marty Loach in there. Tired hockey players out there. It was a long shift for those guys.
Don't know what the whistle was for there. The puck is squirted loose at, I guess, well, Marty Loach is going to the penalty box.
3:46 to go in the first period, 4-1 Cubs, but Rayside will go on the power play again.
Roughing being called against Marty Loach. I can't really see that happening. Marty's not that kind of a boy.
No. I think he gave him a love tap after the whistle.
The Cubs send out Andrew Welsh and Sean Smith on defense with Tim Safaris and Jason Forget up front to kill off this penalty.
Travis Gordon for Rayside. Forget intercepts that pass. Dumped into the Cubs zone. Sean Smith chasing it down. And that goes up over the glass, so the face-off will come in the Cubs zone.
It's one thing they don't call. You know, the old days you shot it over the glass on purpose, it'd be a delay of game penalty, automatic.
That's right.
You kind of let them get away with it a little bit here, unless it's a goalie, of course.
That's right. Goalies are different.
They certainly are.
They're a different breed.
I hope you're listening too, Bugsy.
1:34 left in the Rayside, man advantage. 3:18 in the period. The Cubs have a 4-1 lead. Forget intercepts the pass and drives it back into the Rayside zone. I guess they're just called the Rayside Balfour AAA Midgets now, aren't they?
Could be. Canadians are just the junior team, I guess.
Oh, that's right, in the NOHA league.
They still got them ugly red, white, and blue uniforms. Though.
Well, they're a little different than they used to be. Not
yeah,
the same red.
That's true.
Yeah, tipped in front. Nice redirection there. Number 6, Travis Gordon.
That's sort of a shot out of nowhere, that one. Marshall didn't have much time to get set for that one.
So 2 power play goals here in the period by Rayside. And they're back in this game. Yeah. 4-2 Cubs. 2:51 to go in the first. Scott, Safaris, and Burnham. The Batham connection here. All Ontario champs, I might add.
Yeah,
I don't want to forget that. There's a shot wide of the net. Rayside coming on now. They seem to be getting a little confidence after scoring that goal. There's a centering pass taken by Scott. Up to Burnham. Burnham takes a shot, tries to play it around his man. Oh, that puck almost got through to Safaris. Now Safaris steals it again. Here he comes, moving in. Tried to drop a pass that went off a stick. Gets it again. Back to the point. Cleared in off a glove, right in on goal. Oh, and a quick whistle there. That puck was loose.
Sure, Burnham thinks that should have been a goal. One guy to watch for this year is young Safaris. He's last year Bantam, a very, very intelligent player, and watch for him to lay some hurts on some people. When he hits the hurt.
Well, I'll tell you, watching the Cubs the last 2 years, it says a lot for the minor hockey system here in New Liskeard. The kids that have graduated up and have really made an impact on this team. We saw it last year, and we're seeing it again already in this game tonight. I mean, you look at the scoring here. We got names that Sean Scott scoring a goal tonight, part of that team. And the Halebury graduating a couple of kids, the Brown boys. Yeah, it sure helps.
Andrew Welsh played for the Lions Midgets last year, but he came out of the Halebury minor system. Even though he played a year with Minnie, he still made this club this year.
I think we're going to miss Minnie this year, you know. Retired from coaching. Penalty coming up here to the Cubs. High stick.
Major for high sticking. But it was Tim Carter that was just leveled down here by big number 19 for...
He'll be back. He can take her.
Kowalik, I guess that says. So the Cubs will be shorthanded again. 1:36 left here in the period. They're winning, leading the Rayside team 4-2. They send out 3 veterans and a rookie defenseman to kill off the penalty. Andrew Welsh puts it off the boards.
Forget getting a hold of that puck. Gets it down the ice. 1:24 to go in the first period. 4-2 Cubs. Rayside on the power play. And unless they score, it will carry on into the second period. Cubs doing a good job so far, killing this off. Williamson out to play it. Chris Fiorino, the captain of this team, gets it up on the wing. Sean Smith gets a hold of it, gets rid of it down the ice. Andrew Welsh getting rid of it. Here's Fiorino. Puts it right on with the stick of Brown. Coming in. He's dumped. There's going to be a penalty here.
Good effort there by young Dave Brown to go in on the goalie, but the Rayside guy just had a little enough of him to slow him down. So it'll be even again here with 33 seconds left in the first period. Dave Brown out there with Sean Scott, and on defense the Cubs were putting out Luke Joyal along with Claude Rivard.
A couple of boys who were here last year. Good hustle in there by Brown and Scott. Battle along the boards. Scott almost got away with that one. Back to the point. There's a shot through a screen. That just went wide. Taken over there by number 22, Jason Johnson. Around the boards it goes. Dolce. Rayside on the attack, and they'll run out of time as the buzzer goes to end period number 1. Goal scores for the Cubs: Krieger, Sean Scott, and Denemy with 2. For Rayside, Duncanson and Gordon. After 1 period, it's 4-2 Cubs, and we'll be back with period 2 right after this.
Tune in and turn on great viewing with full cable service this fall from Northern Cable. $9.95 will hook you up to TV for the entire family. Learn more about life. Don't let it pass you by. Explore nature's wonders on the Discovery Channel and learn more from the Learning Channel. Act now and get free installation and reconnection for seniors. It's all a part of your full cable service for just $9.95, and it's all on cable TV this fall.
Welcome back to period 2, Cubs hockey on Cable 12. With the Cubs heading into this period with a 4-2 lead. Short-handed or we'll have the power play rather in 10 seconds time. As the net comes off the moorings, the goal scores in the first period: Jeff Krieger on the power play at 4:41, Sean Scott at 5:35, Sean Denemy 6:32, and then Denemy again at 8:47. And Al tells me that the Cubs outshot Rayside 12-4 in the first period, and penalties 5-3. And the Cubs were on the short end of that stick. And they don't want to do that too often because Rayside did score 2 power play goals in that period: Duncanson and Gordon.
We all remember 2 years ago when the Cubs consistently were in that penalty box and getting into trouble. Last year they seemed to...
There were some long nights a couple years ago.
There certainly was.
Pierce. Bourget behind the net, looking in front. Burnham in the slot. Oh, and he just couldn't control the pass. There's Pierce. Oh, and he fanned on it. Set up by Andy Burnham. Luke Joyal. Claude Rivard. Here's Bourget again. Turning inside the line. Gets it back to the point. Rivard to Joyal. That's off a stick. Flutters to the corner. Bourget on the puck quickly. Cubs on the power play here. Rivard right on. The goaltender looked behind him, Williamson, but he recovered and hung on for the save.
The Cubs only had 2 shots on goal after Rayside changed their goalie in the last period there, Jack, and Rayside got 4 after that. So after they changed goalies, the Cubs were outshot. Don't know whether the players have a little more confidence in this goaltender or what. You never know. So far, it was a good move by the coach.
Yeah, it seems to have worked. Rayside got back in this game. 25 seconds left in the Cub power play. Denemy on the draw. Can't control it. Craig Brown behind the net. Puck comes loose. Grabbed off there by number 8, Duncanson, and he blasted down the ice. Cote to Brown. Taken away there by Mike Young. Now here's Brown again for the Cubs. In over the line. That didn't work. Cote gets it back to Major. Penalty to Rayside is over. Major dumps it in. Williamson will play it. Cote keeps it in along the boards. Denemy. Sean Denemy along the boards, back into the corner. DeLoach out in front for Brown, and he just failed to get a stick on that. Young gets it out to center for Rayside. Balloon in over the line, along the boards. Balloon comes out with the puck, knocked off his feet, but he gets it in front. Whitten pinching in for Rayside to keep it in. Here's Major in the corner. Down the ice it goes. That'll be icing. With 17:39 to go in period 2, the Cubs have a 4-2 lead. Opening night for the Cubs here in the Great North Midget Hockey League season. A good crowd on hand. The 10th anniversary of the Great North Midget Hockey League. And just before the game, we saw a presentation from Bob Norris of the Scotiabank, a new trophy for the league this year, the Scotiabank Trophy. That'll go to the playoff champion. Is that
previous
correct?
years? Yes, it was a trophy that was sponsored by Canada Trust, and a little change in banking arrangements this year, and we're going with Scotiabank.
I guess the interest rate's a little better at this point.
Well, they wanted a Visa card, eh? They got rid of the MasterCard.
Okay. Puck goes off the linesman. Now it's chopped into the Cub zone. Chasing it down there is Welsh. And Scott for the Cubs. To Carter. He couldn't get through. Cleared back out, down into the Cub zone. Be no icing. Touched the player on the way, Sean Smith. Puck's at the side of the net. Marshall got knocked down. Now it's played in on goal. Saved by Marshall. Rebound. Oh, and it was shot wide. Kyle Paweluk had the open net, and he flipped it up over top the goaltender and wide of the net.
Shots on goal in this period are still only one shot apiece, Jack.
So the pace not quite what it was in the early going of the first period.
3 minutes and 14 seconds gone so far.
Jason Furgette up against Jamie Marshall on the draw in the Cub zone to the left. Chad Marshall. Jamie Marshall for Rayside wins the draw. Puck in the corner, Safiris. Safiris plays it in off the linesman. Burnham bumping his man. Here's Furgette trailing the play. Right on, and Williamson makes the save.
Good play by Burnham there, taking the man off the puck and just left the puck there for Furgette. Instead of worrying about the puck, he took the man out of the play, and Furgette had a good shot on goal. A good effort by young Burnham.
You knew the words to that song, Al, didn't you?
That was a song?
I thought you had this CD at home.
Willie who?
Cubs putting on some pressure here in the Rayside zone. Zafiris out there with Burnham and Furgette. This line looks pretty good. Burnham to Zafiris. Winds up. Blocked. Puck underneath the Rayside player. We got a penalty here.
Cross-checking going
coming
to
up.
The Rayside team. I think it's going to be number 20 going to the penalty box.
I just find it amazing every time I look at Andy Burnham to see how much he's grown over the last couple of years. Just shot right up.
Reminds you a lot of Todd Linton out there.
Yeah.
Although Todd was in his last year of midget eligibility last year, and Andy's only in his last year of Bantam eligibility this year. So big boy, when he fills out, look out, scout.
Really of gained a scoring touch a couple of years ago, too. He really started to put the puck in the net.
Very nice hands for a big fella. Very nice hands.
So the Cubs will go on the power play. Cote behind the net, puts it up on the wing. Denemy, John Denemy. Centered it, and going to the net there was Loach. And that just failed to click. Denemy again. Major back for Denemy. Into the corner to Loach. Tried to get it back to Denemy. Now he gets it back again. Denemy for Loach. Right on. Rebound. Williamson lunges out there and grabs it. .121 left in the Cub power play. They lead it 4-2 here with 15:18 to go in period 2.
Cub coaching staff calling out to their forwards to use their point man a little bit more. They were a couple chances there, took a shot from close in, not much of an angle at all. Sometimes they go in, but usually there's somebody else who got a better angle.
Denemy gets that draw. Brown tips it back to Major, plays it into the corner. Here's Loach behind the net, looking out in front. Back for Denemy. Brown in front. John Denemy centered it. It's tipped, and Loach has it. John Denemy gets it back to Major. Fakes the shot to Denemy, moves in, lets it go. Oh, and he just missed. Cote can't keep it in. Puck sliding down the ice. Jason Johnson in pursuit there, but Cubs get to the puck. Here comes Brown. Brown with Scott in over the line. Carter trailing the play, drops it for Carter. That was broken up. Cote does a good job of moving up. 31 seconds left in this Cub power play. Here's Carter for Scott. Scott trying to work his way in, knocked off the puck. Carter along the boards in the corner. Cubs still with the man advantage here for the next 16 seconds. Major from the point, fans on the shot. And here comes Jason Johnson all by himself. In over the line, working against Major, centered it. And it bounces off his skate. And back come the Cubs. Scott up to Carter. Penalty to Rayside is now over. Carter in the corner. Can't do anything with it, and it's taken away there by Jamie Cotton. Andrew Welsh, long pass up to Carter. That would have been 2 lines. Icing the call. 13:37 to go here in period number 2. 4-2, the Cubs leading it. The Cubs had some good puck control and good movement on that power play.
It's early in the year too, Jack, and they got, like I said earlier on, I think you're going to see that their forwards are going to be up there with the best of them as far as being intelligent usage of the puck.
Talking with
spaces available on the ice.
With Danny Frechette in the preseason, he told me he's very excited about his forwards this year and the way they can handle the puck. And we all know he handled the puck pretty well.
It wasn't bad for a little guy, I'll tell you.
Pretty good. Did that hit the post, by the way, that shot? No. He stopped that. He looked behind him. Sean Smith. Bourget tips it up. Here comes Rayside, back on the attack. Chris Ford. Dumped. Shane Young back for Ford, tries to drive to the net, and it slides in. Chad Marshall will hold it.
Shots on goal this period are 3-3. There haven't been any goals yet. 13:03 left in the period.
I'm going to ask you a skill testing question here.
Uh-oh.
Who's in next week?
What team is in?
Yeah, who?
I believe it's Cap.
There you go.
No, the Cubs go to Cap on Sunday next week.
We'll have a game for you next week here on Cable 12. We're just not quite sure. We're having the. It's early.
We'll have it for you before the end of the game, folks. Honest to God.
There must be a schedule in that book.
I don't know.
It's a 2-line
Not
pass.
Timmins.
Not Timmins, no. Oh, boy. You know, I think you were right. I think it is Cap that's in here.
We're in Cap on on Sunday next week, but I don't think they're here.
Sean Denemy out there for the Cubs with Marty Loach and Craig Brown. Puck in behind the Rayside goal. It's taken there by Ryan Mayu. Comes out in front. The puck was at the side of the net. Marty Loach was there. Johnson knocked off stride. Here's Loach. Plays it in front. They bang away at it. And Williamson has been very solid since he came into the game to replace Asselin in the first period. And Cubs haven't scored on Williamson.
There's somebody going to the penalty box. I'm not sure who it is yet. Oh, it's going to be Rayside, a player from Rayside, and I don't know if there's going to be a Cub player as well or not. We'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Just the one door opening. Oh, looks like Loach is headed that way.
Marty, I'm losing faith in you, buddy. .16 to go in the second period.
Cubs have a 4-2 lead, and they'll send out Scott, Carter, Dave Brown. Dave Brown, he plays for the San Jose Sharks now. Dave was traded by Philadelphia. Not the same guy? Sorry. Sorry, Al.
Interesting simile, Jack. Now back to hockey.
Rayside setting up now, trying to come out of their own zone. Cubs doing some good forechecking. That went astray. That is not icing. Ooh, and Marshall misplays it. He's caught out of the net, but cleared out to center. Play a bit scrambly now inside the Cub line. Here comes Sean Scott. Quick shot. Oh, he just missed. Rebound, and that's blasted wide by Brown. And it comes all the way out to center. Here comes Rivard, knocked down, gets it in. Cubs changing on the fly here. Big Andy Burnham out there with Jason Frechette. I like the looks of this line tonight. Frechette, Zafiris, and Burnham. They seem to click well.
Some very nifty talent there with the puck, I'll tell you, and those three gentlemen.
Actually, for the first game, and I'm sure they've got a little bit of nerves for a lot of these new kids, that everybody's played fairly well here tonight. Shot in. Ferris runs into his man behind the net. You mentioned that earlier about him using his size. Burnham throws his man off stride. Cleared in. Major has that pass knocked down. Burnham gets it up to Frechette. Along the boards. Burnham couldn't hold it in, and back comes Rayside. Center. Jason Frechette hustling back checking. Now a giveaway inside the line. Penalty coming up here to the Cubs as Zafiris was knocked down. A tripping call and a roughing call.
Number 4 for Grant Peltier has gone to the penalty box for he isn't either.
Two Cub players
Two
going.
Cub players.
Oh, there you
Burnham
go.
and Zafiris.
So
Zafiris tripped the fella there away from the play, so either they get tripping or interference, and I think the initial call on Burnham was roughing.
the bad news is the Cubs will be 2 men short. The good news is it'll only be for 2 minutes. Could be worse. Could be 4. Could be 6. Could be 8. Don't look at me like
Worse
that.
it'd be if it was less than 2 minutes.
I want to show you something here. Watch this monitor we have up here. It's very interesting. I don't know where they bought this. I think it was.
Can't see.
I think it was
kind of small.
I think they bought it in occupied Tibet.
It's John's.
Oh, okay. Every once in a while, it does what it wants, you know.
Don't tell him I took it.
Gilligan's Island comes on there in the middle of a power play. Rayside with a 2-man advantage here, looking to make this a 1-goal game. They trail 4-2. Both their goals have been on the power play. One with a 2-man advantage in the first period. Centered in front. Oh, nice save by Marshall. As he slid across, it's not. Now it's stolen. Sean Denemy steals the puck. He's trying to break away, and he was all by himself. Now we have a penalty here. Slashing call. Good hustle by Sean Denemy, and that draws a penalty. And that came at a good time, didn't it?
Yeah. Slashing call going here to Rayside. Although the player hasn't gone to the penalty box, I think the referee should mention it to the player that's getting the infraction. The captain, Chris Farino, heading for the penalty box.
What a save by Marshall on that.
Yeah,
that
very
one-timer.
good save.
Oh, he saved the day there. Five-minute.
No, it's only a 2-minute
No?
penalty. The referee blew his
Telling him
whistle
now?
and pointed to the penalty box and said it's only 2 minutes.
There we go.
Now
It'll
it's
get
gone
changed.
completely. Now we
There
have
we
2.
go. Yeah.
Now we're ready to roll. So the Cubs are still a man short. They send out Jason Forget along with Sean Smith and Luke Joyal. They're still a man short for a minute and a half.
Johnson for Rayside in over the line, and I guess that got up over the glass on the play. Well, I was speaking with the coaching staff before the game. They wanted me to mention that the Subway location in Diamond Township has been very generous this year and supplying the Cub players with subs after the games and also free pop for the visiting team.
Good.
So we thank the nice people at Subway Diamond location for helping out the New Liskeard Cubs this season. Marshall stops that, and we'll have a face-off in the Cub zone.
Shots on goal in this period so far, Jack, halfway through, are 5 shots apiece.
Oh.
So the pace, although the pace doesn't seem to slow down that much, the results
chances,
of the
yeah.
pace are.
Yeah, you're right.
aren't that
Clark Duncanson, who has one of the Rayside goals here tonight, will take the draw against Dave Brown. And it's chopped out by Brown and down the ice. Minute left on this Rayside man advantage. Cleared in. Marshall knocks it down. Bajor clears it out. There's a drop pass. Quick shot. Rebound. Oh, that went up over top the net. He tried to center it, and is he saying the net's off the moorings? Yeah, I guess it was.
I guess the Liskeard Recreation Department aren't going to turn the heat on in the rink again this year.
No. Well, I noticed the Bear didn't change the burnt-out bulbs on the clock, so he isn't about to turn on the heaters. Where is the Bear tonight, by the way?
Well, there's a coaching clinic going on upstairs.
That's right, yeah.
Hard as it may be to believe,
He
the
needs.
Bear's running it.
I think he needs.
He's running it.
Oh no, I think
He's coaching
No,
it.
no, I
I'm
think
sorry.
he's
I
one.
know.
He's a student, and he's right at the back of the class causing trouble. Is what he's doing.
This isn't chemistry.
Mr. Yates would have his hide. Marshall, Jamie Marshall for Rayside. Rayside on the power play here. There's a quick shot. Ooh, that went off the base of the net, off the stick of Travis Gordon. Gordon in behind the net, looking in front, trying to center it.
Cubs will have a man advantage in 3 seconds. Well,
And here they come. And it's cleared it out if he can get it up. Just couldn't control it. Good effort there by Safiris.
Cubs will have the man advantage for 23 seconds, Jack.
Burnham keeping it in. A nice move along the boards. Tips it in for Brown. Now Burnham in there to pick it up again. He's got Safiris in front. Gets it to him. There's the shot. Right on. Nice play by Andy Burnham to work his way around the net and get it out. Quick shot by Safiris, but this Williamson has played well since he came into the game in the first period. You didn't buy any Scoro tickets?
No, I didn't get any tonight, Jack. I knew it was going to be too cold to go out on the ice and shoot, and there's not a lot of money in the pot yet, so...
Yeah, it'll have to build.
Yeah.
Cote at center for the Cubs, backpedaling. Gets it up to Denemy. There's a nice pass in the middle to Fiorino, who come out of the penalty box. He was dumped. Cote. Marty Loach in behind the Cub net. To Brown to Denemy. Don Denemy, nice move in over the line. Denemy working his way in. Oh, and he just fired it up over top the net. Andrew Welsh pinching in. Marty Loach backing him up, keeps it in momentarily. Now 2-on-1 for Rayside. Young goes in, shot right on, and the save by Marshall, and he sprawls out, and now got a penalty behind the play, I believe.
Oh, right in front of the net, Jack. The Rayside player gave a Cub a shot right after the whistle went and knocked him right down on top of the goalie. Cub bench were in an uproar. That now number 8 for Rayside, Clark Duncanson will head for the penalty box for 2, and the Cubs will have a man advantage here. 7:09 left in the period, and the score 4-2 for the Cubs. They send out Sean Scott along with Dave Brown, Luke Royale, Tim Carter, and Sean Smith.
From the draw goes right to Marshall.
2 seconds.
I think the crowd, the big crowd that's here tonight, getting their first look at the official Cub lineup, has to be, I guess, impressed with what they're seeing.
I think they'd be pretty pleased with everything so far, Jack.
John Smith, boy, you know what's amazing? I said this last year to you, to watch kids that have been here for a year already, like Sean Smith, for just this one game. They score! Sean Scott!
Sean Scott from Dave Brown, and it was Tim Carter that fired it around the boards. It didn't take the Cub power play long to capitalize there. 18 seconds, Jack. 5-2 for the Cubs now with 6:51 left in the period.
So the Cubs have a couple of power play goals here tonight. Jeff Krieger with one in the first, now Sean Scott. And that's Sean Scott's second goal of the game.
Hockey game, it's the best game in the land.
Now I want you people to quit having fun here. This is business. And Andrew, I want you to keep that camera on the game, not on the women. Thank you very much. Jamie Cotton for Rayside around his net. Chris Ford. Cubs doing a good job. Ooh, Carter. That seemed to hurt him. The way he was hit, his leg or hip. See how it affects his skating. Oh, down he goes. Brown at the side of the net, trying to bang it in. Carter hustling there. Sean Scott, this line really banging in there. Here comes Joel into Forget. Forget works his way in. Brown behind the net. Looking in front. Safiris, oh, he was ready to tee it up, and now he gets it again. Safiris cranks one right on, and the save. Now we have a penalty. Holding call.
Number 6, Travis Gordon heading for the penalty box, and the Cubs will have another man advantage. Good pressure there by the Cubs again, Jack.
get back to that thought there, Al, watching Sean Smith from last year to this year, it's like night and day. It's just amazing how that 1 year will make that much of a difference. And then we noticed that with kids last year from the year before. And just amazing.
I helped out this year at the under-17 camp, and if you watch the defensemen that were out there, you can see the things that the guys that had played for in the AAA league were doing that the other kids they didn't have an idea what they were doing at all. It wasn't that they didn't have the skills, it was just that...
nor the confidence, maybe.
It could be, yeah.
Krieger. Into Fourchette. Safiris setting up on the far side. Here comes on the power play. Shot right on. Rebound. Safiris banging away at it, and we get a whistle. A pile up. Cubs lead at 5-2. They're on the power play for the next minute and 40 seconds with 5:25 to go in period 2. First game of the regular season for the Cubs, and things looking good to this point.
Rayside making changes here. Forget Safiris and Krieger out there now. That'll be a quick line.
Major tees one up from the blue line. Oh, nice save by Williamson. He snags that. The coaching staff pleased to get big Greg Major back. He was where was he, in Kitchener trying out?
Yeah.
Rayside stealing that, driving it down the ice was Travis Gordon. Oh, bad bounce. Oh, nice save by Marshall. Mike Young picked up that bouncing puck. Now Young has it again. Chad Marshall's made a couple of key saves here in this period. Here comes Fourchette. Safiris. Timothy Safiris looking in front. Here's Fourchette at the side of the net. Comes back to Major. Major again. Cote lets it go wide of the net. Jason Fourchette, back to Cote, back to Fourchette. Tried to play it into Krieger, was intercepted. Cote, nice play at the line to keep it in. Krieger's check, and it comes out, slides down to the Cub blue line. Sean Denemy now on the ice. 21 seconds left in the Cub power play. Here's Denemy, in over the Rayside line, puts on the brakes. Dipsy doodling in there, looking in front. Centered it. Loach couldn't get a stick on it. Loach back to Sean Smith. Fans on the shot, and it's cleared out by Jamie Marshall, but he recovers. Loach lets it go off a leg. Cub coaching staff yelling over at the penalty bench that somebody came out early. Oh, that's off the post. The enemy cranked it from a sharp angle. And that bounces off a skate, and Mike Young shoots it down the ice, and icing the call. 3:18 to go in the second period, 5-2 Cubs. Again, good movement by the Cubs on that power play, but
excellent pressure, unable to drop it into the bench. Coach Denemy yelling that the Rayside player came out with, there was still 10 seconds left in his penalty. I think he might have come out early, but I don't know, about 10 seconds.
Well, you know Denemy, eh? He likes to exaggerate a little bit.
Well, sometimes we can't see quite as well from up here.
Now, I don't know if this is true now, but I heard a story. Remember last year, there was a story that Claude Denemy wore a wig. Now, this year I hear he's changed wigs. Changed hairstyle. I'm not sure if that's true. We'll look into that, see if there's any truth to that.
We'll have to check with Kathy or his hairdresser. I'm not sure.
From the face-off, Brown tried to get a shot away that was deflected. Brown for the Cubs takes it off the boards into Sean Scott. Works his way in, trying to go to the net. Taken away there by Jason Johnson. Cleared into the Cubs zone. Down behind the net it goes. Duncanson tried to center it. Johnson turns and fires on net. Marshall stops that. Luke Joyelle tried to get it out and punts underneath the fallen Rayside player, so we get a whistle. 2:35 to go in period 2. It's 5-2 for the Cubs. Krieger, Sean Scott with 2, and Claude Denemy with 2 in this game for the Cubs. Duncanson and Gordon for Rayside. Cubs starting to, Rayside rather, taking the lead in the shot department here.
Well, they're leading 11-6 right now in this period, Jack.
Cubs had a 12-4 edge in the first period.
The Cubs are up 1-0 this period, though, in goals. So
that's what counts,
indication of what Chad Marshall's been doing.
Yeah.
Some of them have been excellent scoring opportunities, too.
Burnham couldn't control that. Marshall leaves it there for Major. Into the corner. Safiris. There's a shot right on. Marshall clears it. Safiris rifles it around the boards and it pops up over the glass. And a wholesale change here. Denemy and Loach and Craig Brown. Marshall stops that shot from a sharp angle. Here's Loach. Gets it to Denemy. Speeds up to center. Sean Denemy over the line. Goes to the corner. Trying to pin his man there. Loach in there trying to dig it free. And Rayside trying to mount an attack here. That pass goes off the stick. Jamie Cotton dumps it in. Sean Smith. Brown couldn't control it. Cotton pinching in. Denemy's checking him. They battle along the boards and they get a scrum and a whistle. With 1:21 to go in the second period.
Cubs and Rayside are pretty close in size, I think, Jack. Not a big advantage for either team in that regard.
No.
Rayside got a couple big guys, like 66, a big boy. Haven't noticed him that much out there tonight. Cubs got Burnham. He's hit a few times. Here we go.
Yeah, I guess there'll be teams in this league that the Cubs will have trouble with against because of size. This is not one of them.
The Cubs got a lot of speed up front, though. Like they showed that last year, what speed could do to size at times.
I think it was Mike Keenan was telling Claude Denemy that when Claude commented on the size of his team, he said, "You want to see Sudbury?" Well, Sudbury always seems to be a fair size, don't they? We're not surprised by that. Carter tried to play it in. The stick goes flying.
Stick went farther than the puck.
Icing the call against Rayside. If you drop by a Cub game this year, they'll be selling 10th anniversary souvenirs, and I have a t-shirt here with me right now that maybe we can show this on the camera. Can we do that?
Hold it up, or have Al hold it up.
Can you focus in on that just for 1 second there, big guy? How's that look? Very nice logo, and you can buy one of those for just $8, Al. That's a heck of a price for a t-shirt.
Yeah, good deal.
Cubs on the attack, or on the defense, they're trying to get it out, and Burnham goes down. Pile up at the side of the net. They have some very nice golf shirts with the 10th anniversary symbol on them too.
I believe they have some hats coming as well, Jack. They aren't here yet.
Well, I'll tell you, you talk about a successful league. 10 years ago when it started, I don't know if anybody dreamt it would still be around, but it's here. It's as strong as ever, and got a lot of good people, committed people to this league.
A lot of kids have graduated from this league, gone on to do well. Not necessarily the pro ranks, but that's not everything. 14 seconds left here in the period.
There was almost a break for Rayside as Shane Young almost got away with one. Penalty coming up here. A high stick.
Forget going off high sticking. He must have had it more than 3 feet off the ice. 5 seconds left in the period. Cubs lead 5-2. They're going to go down a man right now. So the Cubs send out Denemy to take that face-off deep in his own zone here with just 5 seconds left. They're going to win that draw. They leave out Tim Safiris along with Greg Major and Luke Joyal to kill off for 5 seconds.
Cubs win the draw, and exactly the way you draw it up in the dressing room. So the Cubs will be short-handed for 1:55 to open the third period. The only goal scored in that period by the Cubs, Sean Scott, is second of the night on the power play from Carter and Brown, and that was Dave Brown insisted on that. And the shots were 18, or at that period, 14-6 in favor of Rayside, even at 18 after 2 periods of play. So the score after 2, 5-2 for the Cubs. We'll be back with period 3 right after this.
Tune in and turn on great viewing with full cable service this fall from Northern Cable. Hang on to your seats. $9.95 will get you your music on Much and New Country Network. Kick off this fall with Fox and their second season of NFL coverage. Tune into the movies of A&E or foreign flicks on Showcase. Then switch to Bravo and the new Style Arts channel. Act now. Seniors get installation and reconnection free of charge. Shoot for the best value in town at just $9.95. It's all on cable this fall.
Back to period 3. The Cubs leading at 5-2 as we head into the final 20 minutes of this game, and they will be short-handed for 1:46. Rayside looking to get back into this one here on this power play early in period 3. Cleared in, knocked down in front, and closing the hand on the puck. The call, so whistle it down.
The face-off deep in the Cubs zone to the right of goaltender Chad Marshall.
Sean Scott with a pair, Claude Denemy. Geez, that's going back a few years. Sean Denemy with 2, and,
game, so they know
and Jeff Krieger with the single for the Cubs. Duncanson and Gordon replying for Rayside. Yeah, that's true, eh? I don't think I ever saw him.
He'll be on and give us an attitude adjustment seminar when we're done here, Jack.
Rayside winning the draw, and the pass back to the blue line to Perino, hops over his stick. Coming out, Williamson, and he almost gave it away to Sean Scott. He would have loved to put that in the empty net for the hat trick. Kept in at the line by Jamie Marshall. Pass across, and a nice save there by Chad Marshall. He kicked out that left leg. 59 seconds to go in the Rayside power play. First minute of the third period. Cubs leading at 5-2. John Denemy dumping Travis Gordon on the far side. Brown falls at center. High wrist shot. Off the stick of Jamie Marshall, and Chad Marshall grabs it, hangs on.
Are they any relation, Jack?
I'm not sure.
33 seconds left in the penalty. Now to Jason Frigette. It comes killing off this penalty. That was a couple of good stops there by Chad Marshall already this period. Be a lot be change the concept of the game here a little bit if Rayside score on this
For
man
sure.
advantage.
Well, you think back to that second period, and Chad made a couple of key saves on some tough shots, and it's a difference in the game. Off the glove to center. Julien Cote backhands it high in the air and down the ice. Claude Denemy made a good point to me before the game, Al, saying that 12 members of this Cub team have experience in this league, and he figures that'll go a long way through this season, making them a better team.
That woke up a couple of Cub executives standing behind the glass.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Notably, Jim Murphy.
Stewie McClellan. Is that Stewie there?
Yeah.
Jimmy Murphy. And boy, I'll tell you, I haven't seen Stu in a long time. He's a busy
Working
man.
out of town.
Out of town.
Been working out of town. Forget will be out in 3 seconds, so the Cubs just have a little bit more to kill in there. That should do it with Safiris knocking it ahead off the faceoff.
Andrew Welsh gets it up to center. Welsh has to go off his arm. He'll chase it down again. Ooh, that's a dangerous pass. Forget up there. Can't get it. Welsh behind the net. Sean Smith, Andy Burnham up to Forget. One thing I've noticed tonight with this line is Andy Burnham looks for Jason Forget very quickly, and every time he gets it, they seem to have a good communication going there. Here comes Safiris. Drops it to Forget. Shot right on. Rebound. Oh, and he couldn't corral that loose puck. Sean Smith lets it go wide of the net. Carter trying to jam it in. Every time I say the name Safiris, I can't help but think of our good friend Mike MacArthur, who, for some reason or other, can't say that word, Safiris, that name. He calls him Viserys all the time.
There are several things that Mike has trouble saying.
He can't spell either, as you know.
Downtown's one of them. And it doesn't even have an A in it.
BIA is not a... You can't spell BIA. Oh, boy. Rayside need to get some offense going here if they're going to get back in this one. Timmy Carter losing the stick.
Face-off be the top of the circle to the right of Chad Marshall. Cubs send out Sean Scott's line, but
looks a little dark there above Chad Marshall's head. I think we could use a
ballast out there.
Yeah.
It's not a bulb, it's a ballast that's out there. They're ordered. They have to come from the States.
Oh, yeah.
It's a long story. If you got 5 hours sometime, Bear can tell you all about it.
There's Carter. He's got Brown with him. Rifles it wide. Oh, jeez.
Had the far corner, too, Jack, but it's a good shot.
Just missing. Karam's all the way out, down the ice. Carter again. Takes a hit inside the line. Chases it down. Rivard. Joyelle up to Carter. Couldn't control it. Mayu tries to dump it back in. Joyelle skates it out. Marty Loach with him. Loach, weak shot wide. Kept in. Loach and Brown in there. Here's Denemy going to the net. And he's checked. Chris Ford. Battling in there with Claude Rivard. Puck comes loose. Denemy stood up at the line. Ford after it for Rayside. Bumped in there. Oh, we got a penalty coming up here to Claude Rivard.
From behind, too. I'm sure it'll be 2 minutes.
He's no longer with us for the night. That was kind of an iffy one. I'm not so sure about that, but anyway.
We'll have to wait and see whether he calls it a 2 or a 5. I can't see it being a 5, but usually in this situation, it's better to wait and see. It is a 2 on the board, so Rivard will be out for the rest of this game, but that'll shorten the defensive core available to Dana Dodds. We were playing with 6 defensemen, so he'd still be all right with 5.
So the official ruling on a call like that is 2 minutes for checking from behind and a game misconduct thrown onto that? Is that how it would be written up?
I believe if it's in the last 10 minutes of the game, they have to sit out the next game as well.
If I would have known you knew the answer, Denise, I wouldn't even bother to ask Al. He's a busy man, you know. And
Oh, they put it 2 already.
no, but I was asking how it would be written up on the sheet. So the Cubs are short-handed. That's the bottom line here, and they lost a defenseman for the rest of this game. Julien Cote. Gets it to the line, and Ferris turns and fires it down the ice. Rayside setting up with the man advantage, and that pass goes astray. Cote will try to shoot it back down. It's knocked down, gloved ahead, I guess they're calling that.
Definitely. Minute and 16 left in the penalty to the Cubs. 14:50 left in the period. Cubs lead 5-2. They send out a new penalty killing setup. So they'll have Sean Scott along with Dave Brown and Sean Smith and Andrew Welsh.
Cubs win the draw. Welch to Scott. Up for Brown. Scott picking up the loose puck. Backhands it wide. John Scott keeping it in. Pelche for Rayside. Plays it up on the wing. And a 2-line pass.
Face-off will come back inside the blue line and Rayside. Cubs stick with Dave Brown and Sean Scott. They already had a shot on goal in this exchange. They're a man short.
Christorino around the net. Rayside with the power play here, although you'd never know it. The Cubs doing a great job here. 42 seconds left in the man advantage. I don't think Chad's had a shot yet in this power play.
He hasn't, Jack.
There's one towards the net that misses. Try to center it. Puck's loose at the side of the net. Welch in there banging his man into the corner. And it comes out over the line. 20 seconds left in the Rayside power play. The Cubs have a 5-2 lead here with 13:49 left in the third. Just 10 seconds now left in the power play. Welch, Denemy gets a hold of it. Bats it out.
Both teams at full strength now, Jack.
Young for Rayside behind the net. Loach can't do anything with it. Balloon for Rayside has to go off the stick. Around the far side it goes. Gordon trying to keep it in. John Denemy there picks it off and gets it up on the wing to Brown. Comes Rayside, a penalty now coming up to the Cubs behind the play. That shot drifts wide off the stick of Balloon. Extra man on, goaltender on the bench, but the whistle goes. Holding.
Holding's a call against Sean Denemy.
By my total
Or is
here,
that Claude Denemy?
Well, whatever you decide. If it's a good play, I think it's Sean. If it's a bad play, it was probably Claude.
So the Cubs will be shorthanded here again. 12:42 left in the period. Shots on goal this period, Jack, so far are 2-2.
Major from the draw gets rid of it. Pelche, that pass went by everybody. Major gets it. Played it in front. He was Latin as he passed that, and he put it right on the Rayside player's stick. And they get a shot on goal, but Marshall stops it. 1:36 left in the power play. Pierce from the draw gets rid of it. By watching these Bantams play, hard to believe it's their first season in the Great North Midget League in this game.
They don't look out of place at all against Rayside anyway.
No, they sure don't. That's not to say they won't have their moments this year. It's a long season. Oh, Rayside player getting up very slowly. Back in the Cubs zone.
Number 19, Kyle Kowalin. So Rayside getting a penalty here for roughing. Number 21 heading for the penalty box, Sean Whitten. Sounds like a ball player, doesn't it?
Yeah, Mark's brother.
So the Cubs have 1 minute and 5 seconds left in their penalty. Game getting a little draggy here right now.
Yeah, it is.
Jack.
Yeah.
It's time for one of the teams to pick it up a notch and
well, now's
make
the time.
things happen.
But approaching the halfway point of the third period. The last 10 minutes should be wide open. Lots of action. Gordon, that pass went off a skate and whoa! Luke Joyelle was flattened at center. And he's back on his feet and has the puck in over the line. Gets it up for Brown. That's picked off. And now he's caught. Here comes number 12, Shane Young. Drops it back. Carino moves in. Shot right on. And Marshall stopped that. He stopped the rebound. He didn't even see it. Welsh blocking that shot at the blue line. And now it's stolen by the Cubs. And we've got a penalty coming up here. A slashing call going to the Cubs. Nice play by Andrew Welsh to slide across and block that shot. But unfortunately,
I think he knew he was the one coming up with the penalty,
Yeah.
so he wanted to put in a little bit of extra effort there. So the Cubs now will be shorthanded again. So it'll be 4-on-3 for the next 22 seconds. The Cubs send out Major along with Joyelle on defense and Jason Forget up in the center spot.
There's a shot off the stick that caroms to the far side. Jamie Cotton keeping it in on the line. Centering pass, turning and firing was Shane Young, but that went off a leg. Cotton at the blue line. Forget up there, forechecking. Now to the penalty box comes Denemy. Forget and Denemy out there together. Now here's Major jumping up into the play. Greg Major gonna let it go, and he shot it wide. Sean Smith for Brown. In over the line. Brown working around his man. He goes down to the corner. Puck's underneath him. Comes loose. Major plays it in behind the net. Sean Smith pinching in. Dumps it into the corner. Major for Brown along the boards. Jamie Cotton behind the net. Pinned there by Denemy. And it's shot out and down the ice. And That's icing against Rayside with 9:48 to go in the third. The Cubs have a 5-2 lead. Sean Scott has a pair. Sean Denemy has two, and Jeff Krieger opened the scoring at 4:41 in the first with a power play goal. And for Rayside, it was Duncanson and Gordon, both on the power play and both in the first period.
Cubs send out David Young or David Brown along with Marty Loach up front. Cote along with Joyal on defense. Rayside will have the man advantage here in 1 second.
Behind his own net with the puck is Mayu. He gets it up to the captain, Chris Farino. His pass goes right on the stick of Cote. Gets it up into the middle. Brown drops it for Loach. Jamie Marshall for Rayside getting it out. Mayu and Loach collide at center, and Loach went flying. Now he goes down again. Johnson for Rayside, trying to work his way in front, taken out of the play. Puck's loose. Loach. There's a shot from the blue line that's slowed up a bit, but it went wide. Welsh takes a hit, but gets the puck out. Johnson in over the line. Johnson dumped as he goes to the net. Shot goes wide. And Marshall chops at it. Up over the glass.
Face-off will come outside the blue line as it went off a Rayside stick to go over the glass. See, both teams have the new crest on their jerseys this year, commemorating the 10th anniversary of the Great North Midget Hockey League. Very stylish crest it is too, Jack. I know
Certainly is.
on the TV there a little while ago. Looks really good. And they got an excellent program as well.
Now, are you carrying any of this stuff at your location?
No, sir. No.
You're not, eh?
It's a league deal. And there's
Just at the arenas during games?
Yeah.
Holding call. The only problem is, to whom is it going? Number
it's
12.
a red team, number 12. He had to put the grab a little bit on Jason Forget. And so the Cubs will have a man advantage here now with 8:28 left in the period. 5-2 lead. Andy Burnham, Tim Safiris, and Jason Forget up front. Greg Major and Sean Smith on defense.
Shot down the ice by Rayside. Cubs will set up here with Major behind the net. Here comes Forget off his stick. Pierce bumps his man. Sean Smith moves up, throws it in. Comes to the line and out. Major couldn't control it. Smith to Forget. Jason Forget in over the line. Drops it back to Safiris. To Sean Smith. Plays it in front. Burnham trying to control it. Now he gets it back to the blue line. Sean Smith's going to let it go through a screen. And a nice save there by Williamson. Forget in the corner. Back for Smith. Back to Forget. Works his way in. Burnham centered. Andy Burnham digging for it behind the net. Gets it to Safiris. Safiris tried to center it to Forget, and it slides in off the stick right into Williamson, and he hangs on. 48 seconds left in the Cub power play. 7:16 to go in the third. Cubs have a 5-2 lead. Opening night in the Great North Midget Hockey League season for the Cubs. And the beginning of the 10th anniversary season.
Always nice to start with a win, Jack.
Yeah. I believe they started last year with a win, did they not?
I believe they did. Sean Denemy had 4 goals, so I hope they won. I remember that was his first game as a Cub player. He had 4 goals. Sean Scott, Tim Carter, and Dave Brown out there right now.
Cote.
On the power play here for another 40 seconds.
Joyal. Back for Cote. They've skated up and over the line. Looks in front, plays it behind the net. Brown. Carter dumped behind the net. Sean Scott has the puck. Back to Cote. Back for Scott. 16 seconds left with the man advantage here for the Cubs. Brown will chase it into the corner. Centered it out in front, and it's cleared out to center. And that'll do it for the Cub power play. Cote with 2 men on him gets it out to Brown. Here's Carter picking it up in the middle. Carter trying to work his way in on goal. Oh, nice save by Williamson on a good effort by Timmy Carter. I think we have a penalty on the play.
Carter was being hooked as he was going in on the goal.
Brown headed over there?
Brown is headed to the penalty box.
Geez.
Why?
Okay. He was going into that visitors.
Yeah. He played with Kirkland Lake last year.
Has he gone in there before?
Perhaps he needs a tad bit of retraining here. There's going to be a penalty to Rayside as well. Number 4 for Rayside heading for the penalty box. Grant Peltier, he knows which side to go to. He's been over there already tonight a couple of times. So it'll be 5-on-5 with 6:21 left in the period. The enemy, Craig Brown and Marty Loach up front. Andrew Welsh and Greg Major on defense. Wiseman Joyelle throws out both centermen.
Yeah. Out to center from the face-off. Welsh back to Major. He gets rid of it. Here's Sean Denemy trying to get loose. Gets it in. Loach after it. Quick shot by Marty Loach from a sharp angle. Williamson pounces on it. 6 minutes even left in the third period.
Off deep in the Rayside zone to the right of goaltender Craig Williamson. He came in about a third of the way through the first period and has held up well here. Only allowed 1 goal.
Rayside now coming in over the Cub line. Jamie Marshall teed it up, went off a stick.
5:48 remaining in the first period. Third period, I should say. Face-off now deep in the Cub zone.
Now I have a question for you, Al. Last year,
I'll probably have an answer.
The Great North Midget Hockey League had a opening season tournament to showcase the teams in the league. Is that a...
I don't believe they're going to have it this year, Jack. I think one of the 2 things happened last year. They felt it was too early in the year, for one. And secondly, it was on the same weekend as the opening weekend for the NCAA in the States. And that's where really the scouts at the league wanted to showcase the kids too. And it wasn't appropriate at the time. So they're working on trying to figure out a different format, different timing. And
a little later in the year,
we'll have to wait and see what happens, yeah. It's hard once they get the league going well, but
yeah, that's true.
Take the time out to do that.
Things starting to get a little rough here as we wind down in the third period. Cubs doing a good job here forechecking. There's a long shot wide of the Cub net. Caroms to the line, kept in there by Travis Gordon. Welsh comes up with the puck, and he'll skate it out. Welsh again. Lets it go, right on! And Williamson, he looked behind him there momentarily, but he's got it. And as you mentioned, he's been solid since he's come in the first period to replace the starter, Matthew Asselin, who let in 4 goals, and he just let in the 1. The power play goal by Scott in the second. Bourget, Berneman, Zafiris. Forget. Tried to play it up along the boards. Penalty coming up here. Rayside will get it. Roughing call.
Jamie Marshall heading for the penalty box again. He'll know which side to go to, I'll guarantee you. .26 to go in the third. Face-off will come outside the blue line now. Send out Tim Safiris, Andy Burnham, and Jason Forget. Defense, Sean Smith and Luke Joyal for this power play opportunity.
Sean Smith laid it in behind the net to Joyal. Turns away from his man. Safiris along the boards. Safiris and over the line. Lets it go. Score! Nice goal.
Goaltender Williamson got a piece of that one, but it got away on him, and there she was. 6-2 Cubs. 4 minutes
you could say
and 1
that would
second
be
left in the period.
Safiris from Joyal. Would that sound just about right? Or?
Jamie Marshall is the same Marshall that played last year that we love to hate. Looks like it may go on again this year.
So another power play goal that gives the Cubs 3 in the game. Remember last year, many games that we did, the power play was the big difference for the Cubs. Looks as though it's going to be strong again this year. Here's Brown to Scott, going for the hat trick, centered it, and that stayed in behind the net. Picking up an assist on that goal. Carter. Here comes Joyal with Loach. Lets it go, high drive, and crashing into the net was Loach.
I'm sure there'll be a tripping or interference or mugging or whatever you want to call that one. Number 22 for Rayside, Jason Johnson heading for the penalty box. Marty Loach seems to be all right though. He went into the net pretty hard. The Cubs go just a one-man advantage. And they send out, Loach stays out there along with Sean Denemy and Tim Safiris, with Major and Welsh on defense. Two minutes, 50 seconds left here in the third period. Cubs up 6-2.
Things looking good for an opening night win. Get the regular season off on a winning note. Major for the Cubs, turns away from his man. Oh, jeez. Chris Ford had him lined up, and now he comes after him again. Here's Safiris going to the net. Turns. Gets it back. Denemy in front. Lets it go. Loach banks away. They score! Marty Loach. Another power play goal.
That'll be Loach from Major and Denemy. Rayside have Jamie Marshall out on the ice again, so game might not be over just yet. So the Cubs have Jason Vergette out along with Andy Burnham and Dave Brown on defense to Julien Cote, along with Sean Smith. Jamie Marshall mentioning something to the referee. Usually when you see a conference like this, they're complaining that somebody might have thrown a butt end or something. Doesn't look like anybody saw anything other than maybe the one guy. So the face-off will be here at centered ice.
Now, if you just turned on your TV, no, this is not Friends. Wrong channel, right? Wrong network. What night are you showing the Cub games this year? Monday and Tuesday nights? Okay. So if it's Monday or Tuesday night and it's about, be about 10 o'clock or whatever, yeah. You're watching Cub hockey? That's right. Denise is home away from home. I've been there, folks. She has a bed there. It's a little wee one. A little teeny tiny small bed, but she fits in it. And her feet don't even hang over the edge. So the Cubs with a very comfortable 7-2 lead now as they've broken open here in the third period with Safiris and Loach scoring on the power play. Burnham bumps his man. He goes down. And that's your friend, Jamie Marshall, he ran into.
Oh, yeah. Marshall wasn't even worried about the puck. He was just worried about the hit.
He wanted to say to that rookie, welcome to the Great North Midget Hockey League. Rayside trying to muster a goal here, but here comes Brown now, Forget and Burnham. Forget going in. Oh, and Williamson stopped him. Andy Burnham just came in and flattened a Rayside player. Now he gets knocked down.
Oh, we got a lot of guys laying down. Burnham the referee pointed towards the dressing room for Andy Burnham, I believe. I don't know what the call's going to be, but I'm sure he pointed in that direction. Is that our buddy
Mr. Marshall down there?
Mr. Marshall that's on the
Not quite sure. Oh, Andy's heading to the penalty box.
Andy's in the penalty box. So. No, sorry.
Made a mistake.
Left turn.
At Albuquerque.
And there you see him.
There you go.
Fraser has left the building. It is
yes,
Marshall that's on the ice. He had been given
well, he flattened Andy earlier.
Andy a couple of little shots there, and now he's up. About a minute and 9 seconds left in the period. I think Burnham must be getting intent to injure or a 5-minute charging or something along those lines.
Probably have to sit out the next game then. Is that what you're telling me?
That's right.
Checking for me?
Major penalty in the last 10 minutes, I believe. Well, it is a 5-minute penalty, but Rayside player got a 2-minute penalty too, so there won't be any power play advantage here. But again, it'll be one of those few situations where you have 4-on-4.
So far tonight, the Cubs have had 13 minors, a 5-minute major in 2 games, and the Rayside 14 minors. So a fair number of penalties in this game.
Yes, far too many. I'm sure the coaching staff for the Cubs won't be happy. Sean Scott heads over to speak to referee Scott Poirier to find out a little more about that call, I believe, and find out how many players are supposed to have on the ice.
These things tend to happen in the last minute or two of a hockey game, don't they? It drags things on. And I noticed that quite a few people of this big crowd have decided to head out of here.
Jeff Krieger was hurt earlier in the year. Well, he hurt his knee when he was down in the under-17 camp, and then he hurt it again in the exhibition games this year. And he hasn't played too much tonight. I see he's going to the penalty box to cover that, fill in that penalty. Last minute of play in the game now, Jack. Cubs leading 7-2.
Good effort here tonight in the opening. For the most part, a solid effort. They had their moments, but now Marty Loach is going to get in alone. Loach going in. He scores.
There's a Rayside player down on the ice. He was given a pretty good shot by Greg Major. I don't know what the situation's going to be here. I'm sure Rayside will send somebody over to talk. Yes, they've come and talked to the linesman. Fred Rive heads over to talk to Scott Poirier. And they're discussing the situation.
Maybe not.
The Rayside coaching staff are saying, who's right here, what's the call? We're going to call something, what's going on? In any event, we got 44 seconds left in the period. Oh, Marty Loach gets another goal.
Yeah, he has 2 tonight.
3 assists, I believe, as well.
You know, you're
I think he's going to
right.
get strong mention in our 3-star categories here.
By the way, are we doing that again this year? Is there something?
Nothing formalized at this point.
Okay, but well, we'll keep track anyway, just in case.
Coaching staff having a talk with Scott Poirier now. I think they're saying they'd like to go home, but can't argue that Major didn't give him a little bit of a shot, but I don't think it merits what's going on down here right now. So the face-off now will be back at center ice, of course. The Cubs got the 8th goal. It's an 8-2 score right at this point. And Jamie Marshall has stayed off the ice since he got ran there by Andy Burnham. So we'll still be 4-on-4 because there was no man advantage when Loach scored that goal.
So the newcomers to the Cubs this season, factoring prominently in the scoring, with Sean Scott scoring twice, Marty Loach scoring twice, Timothy Zafiris had a goal. Veteran Sean Denemy, if you can call him that. Jeff Krieger.
I think you can call him that. It is his last year midget.
I know. But he's so young. Like you and I, Al. He's so young.
Oh, now I understand.
You get where I'm coming from here?
Everything's relevant, eh?
We are down to exactly 1 second left in this game. So a good opening night for the Cubs. They kick off the regular season with a big 8-2 win. Jeff Krieger opened the scoring. First period at 4:41, and Sean Scott at 5:35. Sean Denemy scored 2 at 6:32 at 8:47. The Cubs never looked back from there. Sean Scott scored again in the second. In the third, it was Zafiris and Marty Loach with 2. Duncanson and Gordon for Rayside, and the 3 Cubs stars.